Oh, look, it's very disappointing. For the last two matches we've played, it's gone down to the last ball. Credit to the team for, fighting their way to that point, because I think, to be fair, on both occasions, today included, we were probably the outside chance of winning the game. We fought our way back into the game, and if it wasn't for a remarkable bit of fielding on the deep cover fence, the game was in our pocket. But yeah, that's the way the game's played these days, and you see that more and more often. Remarkable bits of fielding out there, particularly in the outfield, and credit to Agarwal for how he held his composure. I think every team's openers are under pressure to perform. Generally, they're make up of your best players, are batting at the top, because your better players facing the most amount of balls, and we've got two very good international openers in Shikhar and Davey. And what I think broke our back a little bit was losing both of them in the same over after that strategic timeout. It's always hard to recover when you lose back-to-back wickets, but particularly when you lose players of that calibre. Yeah, look, absolutely. I thought it's a pity to lose Ashish Reddy to the run out. I think there was a plan to run if there was a play and miss, which you generally see in that situation. To lose a good striker of the ball like Ashish was disappointing, but Curran stepped up to the plate, and he was inches away from pulling off a remarkable win. It does look good on paper. We've got some world-class bowlers. We're not taking as many wickets as we'd like in the first 10 overs, particularly given the quality that are on the park. I think, to be fair, not today, but I think there's been a couple of games that we've been very unlucky with regards to a couple of close calls. But that sometimes happens when you're not getting the rub of the green. But we're not going to harp on that. It's certainly something we need to address, because it's key to take early wickets. We clawed it back very well today, because Delhi were on target for I thought about 175, and we managed to claw it back quite nicely by taking both Dhoni and Yuvraj's wicket in a close period of time. But certainly with the first 10 overs, we need to address how we can take more wickets. It doesn't make it any more difficult than it was in the first game. We know Dale Steyn's a world-class bowler, and we know Trent Boult is an incredibly talented left-arm swing bowler that's in some terrific form. So it's an interesting discussion sitting around the selection table, I don't think at the moment we can afford the luxury to try to play both, because we then feel we compromise our top order. So we again, as we have done throughout the tournament, we'll try to pick horses for courses. Where we feel that the left armour might have a slight advantage against the right armour, we'll try to go that way. But Trent's bowled particularly well, and Dale showed that he is a world-class bowler today.